Hi, it's Dion Vincent. I'm starting the webinar now. Let me see if it's working here. All right, just a second. Hope everybody's doing good. It says live. Split. Should be live. Oh, no, this is not live. Hi, it's Dion Vincent. I'm starting the webinar now. Let's see if it's working here. Just a second. Hope everybody's doing good. Just a second. Hope everybody's doing good. It says live. Well, there's supposed to be some audio here. I mean, a video. But it doesn't seem to be working. Okay, let me get rid of this echo. Okay, as I said, I'm only getting audio right now for some reason, not video. But anyway, let's start the webinar. This is Dion Vincent, as I said, and welcome to the Money Manifesting webinar, Open My Money Vault. Yes, let's do this. Okay, let's start off with a few foundational truths, okay? Well, first let me introduce myself in case it's your first experience with me. If you're not an actual client or you haven't worked with me before. I'm Dion Vincent. I wear a lot of hats. I'm an EFT practitioner, private practice here in Beverly Hills. I'm also a stand-up comedian. I'm also an actor, and I'm also a writer. I'm also a product creator, and I also host interviews from time to time, as well as be on the interviews, of course. But I know you're not so much here for my bio. You're more here about to learn a money manifesting formula that I developed. Okay, now let's start off with some foundational truths. I just want to lay the groundwork to let everybody know my beliefs on manifestation and things I teach my clients that gives them the ability to manifest easier and quicker than they've ever done before. Because you have to come with the right mindset to manifest, especially if you want to manifest easily and quickly. So, let's see. I'm going to cover a few things here. I want to cover quantum physics a little bit. I'll cover the nature of reality, cover that a little bit. Also, I want to cover the actual physical universe. Quantum physics and all those things, and the mystics from of old times and all that, they all said the same thing, and this is what quantum physics, science itself, is beginning to understand. That few things. Number one, the physical world is actually energy. There's no actual matter of any kind. Everything that we see, feel, touch, and experience is just a vibration or a form of this, what we like to call source energy. Okay. Now, just because you can knock on something or hear something or experience something doesn't mean it's actually real. It just means you can experience it. And as I just said a moment ago, this reality, this whole universe, this amazingly big universe, is really just different aspects of this one thing, which is what I like to call source energy. You can call it God, universe, the field, whatever you want to call it. Everything is really this thing, just different forms of it. And the way the forms are manifested or separated or actualized are through the level of the speed of vibration that they are. If you break everything down to its simplest form, everything is just energy. And when you come back up to our level, it's just that same energy, but radiating or vibrating at a different rate of speed than the actual source energy. So that's one foundation truth. Everything is actually just energy, including us. Everything. Okay? So one thing that separates us is the level of, or the speed of our manifestation, or our vibration, I should say. Excuse me. So that's why we have these different things that we perceive, including ourselves. Even our perceptions are actually a vibration of the same source energy at the same speed of perceptions. So everything is really one big thing. We are all connected simply because we are all this same thing. We are all this energy. There is a famous contest among scientists. It's $1 million prize, and it's been around for for decades. Okay, I want to say since the 50s. Now, what this contest says is if you can make a working definition of electricity. Yes, electricity, something we use 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Take for granted, flick on a light and it's there, flick it off and it's not there. All we're doing is harnessing this energy. We have no idea what it is or where it comes from or anything. We have theories, but nothing enough. And when I say theories, I don't mean the scientific definition of theory. I mean the layperson definition of theory. We just have theories of what it is and all that, but everything is just based upon our experience of it, not of it itself. So that's interesting. It tells you how much we really don't know. Okay, and this electricity is what I like to call, or this source is what I like to call God. Okay, some people literally think that electricity is actually God. I think that's too limiting. That's just my own perceptions or my own views. The point is we are all this thing. We are all this thing. And what's amazing about being this thing is that we can influence this thing with other parts of our being, namely our thoughts and our intent. Remember, if we're all this same thing, for all this energy, and everything is just a different vibration, a different rate of vibration of this thing, then our thoughts are also that thing, just at a different rate of vibration. It's very powerful. You don't have to beg and plead and all those things to manifest something. You just have to have the right mindset and the right tools and the right, which is the right belief system to manifest something. And scientists have literally proven quantum physics. And if you're not familiar with quantum physics, it was a branch of physics discovered and facilitated by two guys named Planck and this other guy, Einstein. I don't know if you've heard of him. But anyway, both of these guys are Nobel Prize winners. Not just Einstein. Both of these guys are Nobel Prize winners in physics. So this isn't just some, you know, a couple of guys in the basement thinking about something. These are very, very, very brilliant people. Some of the brightest people that's ever lived. Quantum physics says two things as I'm explaining. Is that number one, we are all this one thing, matter, and what quantum physics is also proven in hundreds of experiments all over the world. What it is proven is that we can actually influence reality with our thoughts. More importantly, to clarify what I mean by that, is it has been proven we can influence reality with our intentions. And what I mean even deeper is we can influence our experience of reality with our intentions and our thoughts and our being and our feelings. But that's one of the foundations. Okay, now here's another foundational truth that I like to say is there is no law of attraction. There's no law of attraction. We are the law of attraction. Yes, we are the law of attraction. Here's another foundation truth I like to teach my clients. You cannot not manifest. You cannot not manifest. You will forever be manifesting as long as you are on this earth. You will forever and always and at every single moment, no matter what you're doing, even sleeping, you will be manifesting. That's extremely powerful and liberating when you come to that realization. You cannot not manifest. The law of attraction or manifestation is not something you learn how to do. It's something you already do. You just learn how to harness what you harness and direct what you already do without doing anything. You are a manifesting machine. Gotta have a little mud here, okay? Yes, you are a manifesting machine. Okay, and so those two foundational truths are enough to change your being if you get them into your being. Number one, there is no law of attraction. You are the law of attraction. And number two, you cannot not manifest. The reasons why we don't manifest what we want are many, many varied. And I'll cover them briefly. I'm trying to give you as much as possible. And I'm brushing over everything, and I want to give you as much as possible, and I'm going to skip around and get in, and I want to get to the actual formula, but I want to lay the groundwork too. The groundwork is so important. What I want you to walk away from this webinar today is to be able to apply the miracle or the money manifestation formula on your own by yourself. Have everything you know, all the tools you need. And it's not hard, and it's not complicated, but it has some steps to it, and I'm just trying to give the foundation so these steps will have make sense to you, and they have a truth to them because you'll understand where I'm coming from and why they're so powerful. Okay, so we've gone over the structure of reality. Okay, now let's go over the structure of beliefs. A moment ago, beliefs, as I said a moment ago, beliefs are just different things, but a way of looking at beliefs are just vibrations, your thoughts, different vibrations of the same source energy. Okay, Your beliefs are also neural pathways in your brain. Okay, these neural pathways are just a pathway, just like a road. It makes it easier for your electrical thought, which is your electrical charge, which is your thought, to get from one part of your brain to another, to form ideas, to form thoughts. Okay, we are electrical beings. We are literally electricity. The same thing that I was talking about when I said electricity. Some people say it's God, but I don't know if I think that's a little too limiting. But anyway, our thoughts are really electricity. Literally electricity. So you can see how powerful that is when you realize that you are still this source energy. Even your thoughts are still this source energy. Now we can direct our thoughts and our intentions to manifest what we want. Okay. Now let me also say about intentions. That's another thing I teach my clients and people I'm just working with, just helping people out. So I love this stuff. I'm trying not to get too excited, because the more excited I get, the crazier I get. Okay, I'm trying to stay focused and stay on point here. So the thing is about intention is simply just proving your subconscious beliefs on a conscious level. It's all in your intentions, all everyone's intentions. We're just trying to prove what we already believe. Okay, now let's go to beliefs, because we'll continue with beliefs. Beliefs form from two different things: thought patterns and brain states. Okay, now there are four main brainwave states: alpha, delta, beta, and gamma. Okay, each one has a particular function. Okay, alpha is perfect for relaxation. The beta is the very first one. It's the one we're in right now. The one I'm in, the one you're in listening to, it's everyday waking, beta. Then alpha is slightly more relaxed, but it's also more focused too. And then theta is the one below that. Now that's very good for accessing the subconscious mind, as is alpha. But the thing about theta is it's hard to control, because you're close to a dreamlike state, vivid imagery, all those things. Okay, but it's so hard to control. Okay, now alpha and delta is when you just sleep. Okay, so we're not really concerned with that one. There's ways to program yourself with delta, mainly sleep, like playing tapes while you sleep, things like that. That I use and that I have my clients use. Now, what we want to concern ourselves with is the top three: beta, alpha, and theta. Okay. Now, the thing about theta is it's like it's so vivid and all that, and alpha is the same way, except it's a little bit less and it's more controlled. You can control it more, and it's also the access. People say the access to the subconscious mind. Okay. Now, where do our beliefs come from? Our beliefs come from two things, or they have two mechanisms to our brains. Okay. Number one is we are pattern recognizing, pattern seeking mechanisms, our brains. And the reason we have that is for the survival of our species. What I mean by that is back in caveman days, we had to recognize when we were in danger without thinking about it. It had to be that quick. We had to recognize a pattern of danger before we even thought about a pattern of danger, so we could take the correct action or response. And we knew we had the correct action response if we came upon danger, and we survived. We became safe again. So our brain is a mechanism for establishing patterns. Okay. For the survival of our species. We can recognize where the kind of good food is to hunt, those kind of things, the kind of water that was good for us, if it looks good, just all those patterns. You know, even strangers, we can recognize if a stranger was friendly. Remember, we were tribal. So we had to recognize if the stranger was friendly, and we had just seconds. We still use it today. That's why we instinctively like or dislike or distrust or trust someone. They meet the patterns subconsciously of what we believe an enemy is, or somebody we dislike is, or somebody we like, or somebody we trust. We subconsciously recognize the patterns that they exude. So we do it right today. That's why we have the vibe. You know, she gave me a bad vibe, he gave me a bad vibe, or he gave me a good vibe, she gave me a good vibe. That's all intuition. All that is recognizing a pattern on a subconscious level. So that's what our intention is. We expectation, excuse me. We just recognize something. We expect something to prove what we already think and believe. Okay, now there's another aspect to us, like where beliefs come from, is our programming. And where does our programming come from? Our programming comes from our childhood. From the age of 0, some people say even before, there's certain research and certain evidence that suggests that we are thinking and absorbing in the womb. But I'm just going to say from age of 0, being born. From being born to 7, all children, me, you, everyone else, we exist. We exist in the alpha state, alpha brainwave. Like right now, we're in beta, as I said a moment ago. But can you imagine just your whole life being in alpha, which is hypnotic state, which is also the gateway to the subconscious? So what happens is from 0 to 7, 6 or 7, we are literally in a hypnotic state, literally every single waking moment, and sleeping. We are in a hypnotic state. So everything, every belief, every experience, other people's beliefs, everything, our interpretation of what happens goes directly into our subconscious mind without a filter. And since we're so young, we don't have the capacity to think rationally about an event. Our interpretation of an event is flawed because we simply don't know enough or even have the capacity to think rationally about a certain situation. What that means is somebody can say an adult or an authority figure, or even a peer, another child, or a big sister or a big brother, or parents, or like I said, authority figure, teachers, anybody, especially the bigger people, because the big people to us when we were children are gods, literally are gods. They know everything and can do everything and are extremely powerful and bigger than us in every way. So the gods say something about us. Being an alpha, we literally believe it, literally, not understanding that they don't mean literally, but we think it's literally. It comes directly into our subconscious programming. If somebody says we're bad, we literally think we're bad. Of course, no one knew this, not the generations before. No one knew this. So it was not like somebody was saying you're bad to hurt you. They were saying you were bad for a reason. They were really meaning what you did was bad or something like that. And behind that, they were still trying to protect you, even if they did erroneously think that you were bad. They were just trying to protect you. In other words, they would say you were bad so you would become good. It was all in love most of the time. So even when we do things to harm ourselves, we're still trying to protect ourselves in the aspect of love. If you overeat or whatever, it's a reason we're doing it, and we're doing it for love of ourselves. That's another thing I teach all my clients, is that we truly love ourselves. All our actions are based in love, not just survival. Although there is a big part in survival, but it's actually just love. We really love ourselves. Now, those two things, everything comes into our brains to the age of 7 in alpha state, in hypnotic state, so without filters. We believe everything. And then another aspect of that is our interpretation of what events and things and words mean, no matter what, because we're only 6 or 5, whatever, so we don't understand what something means. We try and make it something mean. make it mean something. And like obviously, being a child, our interpretation of the event or the circumstances or the situation will be wrong too. So we have those two things where these beliefs come from. Number one, being in an alpha state and all that entails and all that brings with it, meaning experiences and everything, and our justifications and rationalizations and explanations all come from that state where we can't even think rationally. We can't even think objectively, much less rationally. We don't have the experience or the capacity. And the second aspect of where our thoughts come from is the aspect of proving patterns for our survival. So those two things are where beliefs come from. So if we have these negative beliefs, that's where they come from. It's not a negative belief to harm ourselves, just a negative belief to protect ourselves. So those two aspects, the proving, and the interesting thing about this, the proving-seeking mechanism of our brains is we'll ignore evidence that disproves what our belief is. Literally ignore. There's an experiment that shows that you will actually not see something that's there if it disproves what you expect to see. In other words, your belief system. If something is there that disproves what your belief system is, your eyes will see it, but your mind won't even register it. So in effect, you won't see it. That's how powerful these mechanisms are. So what we're going to do is harness these two aspects of our brains to change our lives and to manifest money easily. Okay, if we can control what state we're in and control what pattern we're looking for and dismantle the old patterns, change and manifestation are automatic. Because as I said a moment ago, we cannot not manifest. So let's review real quick. So I'm trying to give you guys so much. Okay, number one, we are pattern-seeking mechanisms. And number two, our brains also have an aspect called the alpha state where things go directly to the subconscious mind. Number three, there is no law of attraction. We are the law of attraction. Number four, you cannot not manifest. You manifest with everything, with your being, with your thoughts, your words, your deeds, your perceptions, your patterns, all those things, your literal being, your physical, I mean the core of you, you're manifesting with that. So those four things are the foundations. Okay, so we want to harness those four things so that manifestation becomes easy and effortlessly, because we're not trying to create anything. That's another foundational truth. We're not actually creating anything. We're not creating any new molecules. We're not creating any new packets of information, what is quantum. We're not creating anything new. We're just harnessing what is already there. See, we don't have to create a new car or a new job. All we have to do is influence reality to lead us and to guide those things to us, instead of having to literally create a whole new business, a whole new building, a whole new manager, a whole new reality. We don't have to create any of those things. We can't. Everything you need, we just harness. And everything you need is already here. Everything you need to manifest your miracle is already here. Everything. We just are going to harness what you're already doing and direct what you're already doing. You're already manifesting. Every last one of us, every single moment of our days, every single moment of our existence, all we are doing is manifesting. And let me give you a real quick story about reality to show you that your reality isn't to own reality. You may think it is, and we all do think our reality, because that's what we're doing. Is all when we're doing that, when we're just saying our reality is only reality. In other words, we're always right about what we think and what we believe is the truth. All we're doing is just proving what we already believe, our patterns. That's all we're doing. I'm from Dallas. Now, I go to a lot of self-help things. And anybody who doesn't just relies on their own concepts and their own systems will never grow. It's impossible. Or that will be so narrow-minded in one thing, and not in a good way. I went to this lady, some therapy to this lady. It was not EFT. I want to say it was NLP, an offshoot of NLP, actually. Anyway, if you don't know what NLP is, I'll explain to you in just a moment. It's actually one of the components of the money manifesting formula. I have to go fast. Anyway, I went to this lady, and she was talking to me about her life and about my life. And she lived and grew up probably 10 miles from me. And she was older than me, too. She was at least 20 years older than me at the time. I mean, well, she was 20 years older than me. Okay. Yeah, I like to joke around. Let's have some fun. Relax. Let the energy flow and let the information in. Just relax. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. So anyway, lady started telling me about herself and her life. Now the thing is, this lady was 20 years older than me, and she had never been into a physical fight. She had to at least be in her 50s. Never in her life been in a physical fight or actually seen a physical fight. I'll let that sit in for a minute. Lady over 50 years old has never been in a physical fight in her life or even seen a physical fight in her life. Now, where I grew up from, I have been in several fights. I have solved several fights. Too many to count. Do you see how her reality was night and day from me, from my reality? And she only lived 10 miles away from me. Yeah, let that sink in for a minute. How utterly different her experience of reality was from mine. We were only separated by 10 miles. Something that you and I, or most of us, can actually walk to in a day. Literally. I mean, it's a pretty big walk, of course, but we could literally walk to her reality in a day, in less than a day. But our experiences of reality were night and day. So, your experience of reality is not the only experience of reality there is. And I know you said, of course, but we don't operate like that. We are seeking patterns to prove our own experience of reality. Okay, so what we want to do is harness our beliefs and our emotions and thoughts and expectations to experience a different reality than we are currently experiencing. Okay? Now, that's the basis. We want to experience reality differently. Because there's so many aspects of reality, and they're all created by the same thing. They are all created by the same thing. It's another foundational truth. Well, it goes back to the foundational truths. Number one, we're just a proving, seeking mechanism, our brains. And number two, we can actually influence this reality with our thinking, our emotions, our everything. Scientific truths, not just beliefs, not just New Age philosophies or anything, but scientific truths, proven. So let's go over Money Manifest Kit now that we have the foundations, okay? Let me briefly recap the foundations, okay? Number one, there is no law of attraction. You are the law of attraction. Whatever your concept and whatever your teachings or whatever teaching you've been exposed to that teach you differently or you think differently are in fact just a limited aspect of that concept, a limited view of the concept. Okay. We are the law of attraction. Number two, you cannot not manifest. Extremely, those two foundation truths are extremely liberating. Excuse me. What's in this cup? I thought it was just coffee. So, those two foundational truths are powerfully mind-blowing and the basis of all I teach. And number three is our beliefs are formed in alpha state. And there's an experiment about the brain states for change. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. I have to get the exact numbers for you. I want to say to change into change your pathways to a new belief, your mental, your brain pathways, neural pathways, excuse me, which is the basis of a behavior. Because you do things over and over, it becomes that neural pathway, muscle memory, all those things. When you're in beta, it takes thousands upon thousands upon thousands of repetitions to create a new neural pathway, or a new habit, or a new belief. All those things are the same thing, just different aspects of the same thing. In a delta, in theta, it only takes hundreds. In alpha, it takes tens to form a new pathway. So you can see why change is so hard for us. We always try and change in beta, which is the hardest brainwave for change. It literally takes thousands of repetitions to change. Okay, now let's get to the money manifesting formula, okay, because I want to lead you guys through a if you got any questions, just feel free to put them in the chat, okay? I'm looking now, so put them in the chat. Okay. Okay, how you guys? I see everybody's there. Okay, okay. Get to it. All right, Veronica. And Supi, hi, hello. All right, let me get back to this. I'm trying to say hi to a few people. Okay, now, got any questions? Put them in the chat. Okay. So the money manifesting formula comes down to three different things, three different components. Okay. Step one is creative visualization. Okay. Now decide what you want to visualize. Okay. Now this has several steps to it. Okay. As I said, I teach things no one else is teaching. Okay. No one else teaches creative visualization the way I'm teaching you right now. Okay. We want to visualize what our outcome is. Okay. Whatever our outcome is, we want to visualize this. Okay. Just 10 to 30 seconds. Okay. Want to visualize whatever it is your outcome is. Don't be afraid to go for it, okay? I tell people not to be realistic. Nobody who's ever accomplished anything has been realistic. All they've accomplished is being ordinary. Not that there's anything necessarily wrong with that. It's just I want extraordinary, okay? So we want to visualize for 10 to 30 seconds. Then after that, we want to go into alpha. And this is how you go into alpha. There's two ways, okay? There's two ways to go into alpha. This is very powerful. Number one, you can get into alpha by closing your eyes and looking up, okay? And as you're going to breathe in and out 3 times, okay? With your eyes closed and looking up towards your eyeballs. So you will do that. Up, look 3 times. When you breathe in, you want to look up. When you breathe out through your mouth. Oh, maybe I didn't mention this. You want to breathe in through your nose, okay? And out through the mouth. That's how you're going to breathe. You can do it 3 times. And each breath is in and out. So you're going to breathe in through the nose, looking up. When you breathe out, you look straight ahead. Still, you can have your eyes closed or open. But when you breathe out, you're breathing out through your mouth with your eyes open. Okay, you do that 3 times. But while you're doing that, you want to say 1, relax. Or you can count down, either one. Some people like to count down 3, 2, 1. Some people like to count 1, 2, 3 to remember where they're at. Personally, I do both. So you want to breathe in, breathe out while looking down. Say 1, relax. Breathe in, looking up. Breathe out, looking straight ahead through the mouth. Say 2, relax. Breathe in, looking up. Breathe out through the mouth, looking straight ahead. 3, relax. That's how you get an alpha. Extremely quick. You can get it mastered. It'll take 45 seconds starting out, I guess. You can get it down to 3 seconds, okay? So, well, maybe not 5, 6 seconds. So when you get in there, you still continue to visualize, okay? Now this is the aspect of visualize. When you're in this alpha state, I want you to go and visualize the recent past. Okay, and the tip is, I want you to visualize what you had for breakfast this morning or yesterday morning. Okay, so you visualize what you had for breakfast this morning or yesterday morning, something extremely recent and something extremely easy to visualize. And I'm doing it now. And just the way you feel about that and the way you visualize, that's the same way I want you to feel when you visualize about what your outcome is, whether it be money, a new car, a new job. You want to visualize that, feel that way. Not exactly like that, because it'll be a memory, but you want to also keep it alive, that it's ongoing. Some people want you to visualize that something's already happened. I've tried that, and I've had my clients try that. I find you lose a little bit of that. I find you keep your enthusiasm for imagining that you're in the middle of it. It's like a storm, even a good storm or good rain. You feel good when the rain is over with, but you do feel a certain excitement about being in the rain in the moment. Okay, and there's another reason why I want you to do that. Being in the moment instead of it already being past helps you visualize the beliefs that are blocking it, or the actions that are blocking it, and the beliefs behind those actions. Extremely powerful, and don't miss that point. You want to visualize in it as you in the manifestation. You've manifested it, or you are manifesting it. You've done it, but not, it's a memory gone, but you're actually doing it. You're driving your new car. You're talking to your new boss. You're on that trip to Italy, because I helped a lady manifest for just 3 weeks. Things like that. So that's extremely important key, okay? You want to visualize, like starting off what you had for breakfast while in alpha, and then the same way you feel in your body, it's the same way you feel when you visualize what you're manifesting. Okay, that's step 1. Okay, step 2 is NLP. Okay, there's 2 aspects there. Number 1, we use NLP to control our inner states and our inner self-talk. Because we have to maintain a level of enthusiasm. We have to maintain a level of belief. We have to maintain a level of perseverance when we're manifesting something. Okay, so you want to use NLP, because you're going to get these things that say during the day when you're working towards your goal or whatever it is you're trying to manifest. You have to take some action, of course. There's 2 aspects of reality: thought and action. One without the other is useless. Okay, that's why you have people work 40 years without changing their inner experience and don't achieve their goals. And you have some people that meditate or try to manifest something for 40 years and it doesn't manifest because they're not taking action. You have to do both. Okay, it's nothing I teach my people. You have to do both. Okay, so now the NLP, to keep our perseverance and to keep our state conductive for what we're trying to manifest, we're going to change the modality, the inner audio modality, and the inner state of what we're experiencing through the day. Okay, if we're feeling fearful, we want to use our physiology and stand straight and strong and powerful. That literally affects our reality. Just your body itself affects your reality. So, in other words, you can't be scared or unhappy when you're standing strong, tall, and powerful. It's impossible. It's physically impossible. And that's why you can't be happy and confident when you're all slouched over and timid and all that. Try it. Try both of those. You can't do it. You may get a slight feeling of the one you're trying not to do. That's impossible to do, but you can't actually do it. Your physiology is tied. Your reality is tied to your physiology. So that's why this NLP is so powerful in the money manifesting formula. Another thing you can do is you can change the inner voice that's critical or negative. You can change it to a cartoon voice. If something says, I can't do it, you can change that voice that says, you can't do it, or Dion, you never can do it, or Dion, I can't do it, or whatever, or we can't do it. However you avoid it, you can change it to Dion, you can't do it. Okay, that's my only terrible impression, but it works. Look, I'm laughing already. And if I thought that really I couldn't do something a moment ago, and if I changed that voice, it would lose all the power out of itself, all the power. No force in it whatsoever. Another thing you can do is you can turn it down. Like if it says really big, you can't do it, you can turn it down to, you can't do it. So you need to pay attention to it. And another thing you can do is another powerful technique in NLP is you can change the statement to a question and then answer the question. Dion, you can't do it. Change that to Dion, you can't do it. See how less threatening and less believable that is? Because you can say, well, I've done other things. Why can't I do this? And other people have done it. And what if I don't have the experience? The voice says, we don't have experience after I answered. So, well, I can get experience. I can get whatever I need. Whatever I need is already inside me. I can't help but to not manifest, because that's all I do is manifest. See how those beliefs can easily be destroyed and shifted by just those internal changes? Feeling good. Feeling good now, just thinking about it. Okay, now let's go to another aspect of NLP that I use in money manifesting formula. I want you to specifically find the specific beliefs that are stopping you from manifesting whatever it is you want. I have 12 beliefs that I got from Robert Dilts in his book, Sleight of Mouth. I recommend you get that book. It's a great, great book. Okay, I use this in my practice, and we get to the heart of the matter. And obviously, there's several aspects to whatever belief or whatever is stopping you, and this is a great way to find out different aspects of that belief. Or if there is other aspects of that belief. Sometimes there is just a vague thought that you can't do something, or if you do this, what'll happen. That's that one thing. But there's sometimes, and most of the time, there's different aspects of that same thing. And that's why there's 12 questions that I use to uncover them, okay? And let me give you real quick the questions, okay? And if you want, if you're on Facebook, or you're on Google Plus, or you're on Twitter, or you're on YouTube, for all the people that's on those 4 different channels watching this or experiencing it, what you can do is let me know. And what I'll do is I'll send you these 12 questions in a text form. Okay, so real nice and easy to read. Okay, this is help you after you define what your desired outcome is. Okay, you gotta expect something or want something specific. Okay, now here are the 12 questions. Okay, I'm gonna go through them fast, but like I said, if you want, just let me know, IM me, or even publicly let me know those 4 channels, however you're viewing this. Oh, there's 5. even Instagram. Um, uh, just let me know, and I'll send you the 12 questions. Okay, these are the questions. Okay, number one: if I get what I want, then blank the belief. What would you lose or could go wrong if you got what you wanted? Okay, and when I say blank, that's uncovering your limiting belief. That's the belief we need to work on. Okay, now I got several ways to help you with this, but that's beyond the scope of this webinar. Okay, but you'll still get the questions. Okay, I have a lot of other stuff that obviously I can't go into in my coaching, but I want you to get to the basics. Okay, the basics, you can still have results with the basics. Okay, number two, getting what I want would mean blank. Now, what would it mean negatively about you or others if you get what you wanted? Number three, blank causes things to stay the way they are now. In other words, what prevents things from changing? This blank. Number four is getting what I want will make blank. What problems could be caused by getting what you want? So you never think about that. We always think about the good stuff. And I said, see, that question right there, that's showing you that you're just trying to protect you. Everything you do is in love. You do love yourself. You do love yourself. You're showing yourself you love yourself by your limitations, by protecting yourself. Okay. Number five, the situation will never change because the situation is whatever it is you're not manifesting or the condition that you want to manifest from. In other words, not having money or not having this new car or whatever. And the situation will never change because blank. What constraints or blocks keeps things the way they are? Number six, I can't get what I want because blank. What stops you from getting what you want? There is something there. What is it? Number seven, it's not possible for me to get what I want because blank. What makes it possible for you, not anyone else, but you, literally you, specifically you, not the type of person you are, or most people, or your family members, or people in general, or people specifically. No, you specifically. We want to find out what are your beliefs. Okay? Number eight, I'm not capable of getting what I want because blank. What personal deficiency prevents you from getting your outcome? Okay? And obviously, to be honest with yourself. Be honest with you as you can, as much as you can. None of us are 100% honest with ourselves. And even if we are, it still is some filters through which we'll be honest with ourselves. So, honest with yourself as much as possible will still work, still get at the root of the problem. Okay? Number nine, things will never get better because blank. What will always prevent you from truly succeeding and truly getting what you want? Number 10, I'll always have this problem or this situation or the problem that what you would consider this thing a problem, as the problem of not having a car, the problem of not having a good job, the problem of not being able to do something. Because what prevents you from reaching your outcome that can never be changed? Key, it can never be changed. Which is just a belief. Did you catch that? It's just a belief. That's all we are, just our beliefs. Our reality is just our experience of our beliefs. And our beliefs are just our experience of our reality. It's a circle. Okay, another powerful truth to really get in your head. Think about that for a minute. Our reality is just our experience of our beliefs. And our beliefs are just the experience of our reality. All right, number 11. It is wrong to want to be different. In other words, whatever it is that you are now. In other words, not having a great job. It's wrong to want to have, which would be different of having a great job, or being different from my parents, or my the kind of person that my family is. All those things. It's wrong for me to want to be different because blank. What makes it wrong or inappropriate to want to change? Number 12, I don't deserve to get what I want because, and I like to put this in myself, what have you done or not done that makes you unworthy of getting what you want? I love to put that in there. We always think about what we've done to make us unworthy, but we never think about what we've not done that makes us unworthy, which is a leg of the table that we use to stay where we are or stay in the situation, or that makes manifesting a lot more difficult than it has to be. Okay. Now, the last aspect, after we've uncovered those, removed those blocks, find out what those blocks are, we want to uncover them. Okay. We want to remove them. Okay. And the way we remove them is with EFT, which some people, including myself, think is the most important part of the money manifesting formula. Okay, and I'm going to do a round of EFT. EFT, there's several points that you tap on, literally tap, like you're tapping with your fingers. You tap right at your eyebrow point, the end of your eyebrow towards your nose, the side of the eye, like the temple, under the eye, literally, under the nose, under the chin, the collarbone, and under the arms, like where the bra strap would be. And another one is top of the head. Those are the points, okay? And we have a setup phrase. We say, even though I, in whatever your problem is or situation, then you say, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. We say that 3 times. And while we say that, we have another point called a karate chop. Like you're going to karate chop something, we're going to tap right there on the side of the side of the hand. Okay, so we're going to tap, and I'm going to do a quick one. So we only have a few minutes left, and then I want to recap too. Okay, so here we go. Even though I can't manifest my new job quickly and easily, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Even though I can't manifest a new job quickly and easily, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Even though I can't manifest a new job, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Okay, I'm going to stop for a second. Now, when we say that, we can also give reasons why, or the situation, describing the situation, that helps us tune into the feelings. Because the feelings are what we want to get to. The feelings are just vibrations, different rates of vibration of that same source energy that our neural pathways travel through. So when we get at those neural pathways and those feelings, because that's how we experience our reality, what guides us. Okay. I'm just going to repeat it, even this is the third one. This is the fourth one. I'm just going to pretend it's the third one. Even though I don't believe I can manifest a new job quickly and easily because I've never done it before, nobody in my family's ever done it, and I feel so helpless about it. And I don't know even know if I can do it or if I want to do it. And nobody's ever done it before in all existence. Maybe somebody has. But nobody's ever done it. Even though all that's true, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Okay, then we start at the side of the eye. Okay, we're going to do a round. You might do 2 or 3 or 3 or 4 different rounds, depending till you feel the difference. Okay, now, first of all, let me say, you want to rate the truth or the discomfort of a situation or a statement. I can't manifest a new job. How do you feel about that? You say that intuitively, and your answer is intuitive also. You rate it from 1 to 10. 1 being not true, or I don't believe it, or I don't feel bad about that at all, and 10 being it's really true, or I really feel bad, it's the worst, and it's the absolute truth. Okay, so if I was going to rate that a 10, that I can't manifest a new job when I start. Okay, then I will tap side of the eye, tap, and when I tap, I say the same setup phrase or a word or two to remind me what I'm tapping about. Can't manifest a new job. Side of the eye, I can't manifest a new job. Under the eye, I can't manifest a new job. Under the nose, I can't manifest a new job. Under the chin, I can't manifest a new job. Collarbone, I can't manifest a new job. Under the arm, I can't manifest a new job. Top of the head, I can't manifest a new job. Okay, that's a round right there. You might do 2 or 3 different rounds, okay, depending on the situation. And after each round, you want to assess how do you feel, like I said, the subjective unit of discomfort, which they call them SUDs or SUDs. Okay, if it went down, bring it down to a 9, write that down. If it stayed the same, write that down. If it went all the way down, write that, whatever it is. And then if you do a second round, you want to say, even though I still, you know, and the first one was I can't manifest, even though I can't manifest a new job quickly and easily. Second round and every round further on would say, even though, so you're acknowledging that it's changing. So even though I can't manifest a new job, I deeply, completely love and accept myself. Even though I can't manifest a new job, I deeply, completely, okay? So let's recap. The 3 aspects of the money mastering formula are: number 1, creative visualization while in alpha. You know how to get in alpha, okay? And then manifest also as if same way you feel when you visualize eating breakfast that morning or the morning before. Something extremely easy, something extremely easy to visualize. And number 2, you want to use NLP to control your states, and also to find out your limiting beliefs that stop you from your outcome. And number 3, you want to use EFT. And I have other ways I use EFT, but I'm just giving you the very basics, okay? Then number 3, use EFT to remove the beliefs that you uncovered in step 2 that stop you from manifesting what you want. You can also put in positive beliefs with EFT, okay? But like I said, that's beyond the scope of this training too, okay? We got like 30 seconds. I'm going to do this again. Just wanted to give you a brief overview. I'm going to do it again maybe Saturday, maybe next week. And I'll be sure to let everyone know on all the 5 social channels that are present today. And also I'll be able to answer questions too. I'll make it a little longer. Or maybe I won't have to do such a long setup. Anyway, I want to thank you for listening and participating. And I hope you got a lot out of it. I hope you can understand the 3 steps of manifesting with the money manifesting formula, where you can manifest money or anything else, of course. And if you want, just let me know. Get at me in all these different social platforms, and I'll be sure to send you the 12 questions. All right. Thank you, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.